Call the meeting to order. Those who can stand, please stand. Remove your hats for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Sawatsky?
Yes.
Mr. Lang?
Yes.
Ms. Erby?
Yes.
Ms. Castillo?
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy?
Yes.
Ms. Morales?
Yes.
We have 6 members in attendance and 1 absent.
Welcome to the Board of Education meeting. The board meets and conducts school business in public. The public is invited to watch and listen to the board deliberate and vote on the agenda items scheduled for action and discussion. Although the board meets in public, this is not a meeting for the public to participate. It is a meeting for the 7 members of the board to conduct their business. If there are any citizens in the audience who wish to be recognized by the board for the purpose of making a statement or asking a question, this is the appropriate place on the agenda. Citizens should fill out a public input card and give it to the board president prior to the start of the meeting. Please step to the podium, state your name, and proceed with your statement or question. Per board policy, each person is allowed up to 3 minutes to speak. No response may be given at this time. This is not a time for making complaints about employees. Employee complaints should be referred to the administration in writing. Samuel Wilkins.
Hello, everyone. My name is Samuel Wilkins. The reason why I'm here today is not to make a complaint, but it's the opposite. I'm in good graces today. My family is really happy today. Today we had a really incredible, awesome day. And it's been such a long time since we had a good day. We went through some things that was pretty dark. Our son's been homeschooled. That's my sons back there, 3 of them, Samuel, Samuel, and Samuel. And these are some of their medals that we bring. We've been living in Bridgeport 10 years. T-ball, baseball, grappling, wrestling, we don't miss it. We bleed Bearcat blood, that's what we do. So for a long time, we've been having our heads down, embarrassed and ashamed about how we've been treated by the school system here in Bridgeport. Until today, Mr. Hall had my family come in and talk with him in his office. He treated us with dignity, he treated us with respect, he made us feel like somebody important. He listened to us. He talked to my children, he talked to my wife, and he talked to me. And at the end of the day, I said, that's what we need in Bridgeport. Not just my family, but all families. If you go to the baseball games or basketball games, you see me and my family. We right there, front row. We don't miss nothing. For 10 years, we at all after-school activities, pancakes with Santa Claus, we there. Eggs with the Easter Bunny, we there. We just like y'all. But when the truth needs to be spoken, when you see something, you should say something. So I'm saying to you, so everyone can know that Mr. Hall is an excellent individual. He made me and my family feel like somebody, and once again, we can say we're Bearcats and be proud of that. To not be treated and thrown under the bus and be like your garbage. And Mr. Hall put it all back together for us. It took him 2 hours to sit down and talk to us. We love you, Mr. Hall. We would like to see more of you here. And for the rest of you doing an excellent job. It is so good to see this board coming together. As a member of the community, and I talk to plenty of people in the community, we are bagging you guys with what you're doing. We like the new direction you're taking. We love it. So I want to say for me and my family, thank you guys. Thank you, Mr. Hall. Thank you, Board of Education. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Brandon Sweeney.
So I want to focus on process because process is what protects trust. So I guess let's start here. For those of you who don't know, Amy Morales has had the full investigator's report since December 30th. Do you deny it? This is your opportunity if you want to deny it. But it's tough to deny something that's true. The independent investigator, of course, offered many dates, 14th, 15th, 16th, 23rd, she wants the 26th. What's another month? What concerns me more is what happened next. Instead of checking with the rest of the board, pulling schedules, trying to find the earliest workable date about these complaints she has no knowledge of, the board president selected the latest option, January 26th, on her own. That decision might seem small, but it isn't. The board is a governing body. It does not function on one person's unilateral decisions, especially on something this important. The expectation is very basic. Communicate, coordinate, bring the group along. When you skip that step, you create two problems at once. You waste time by dragging out uncertainty for staff, families, and the community, and you damage credibility. Well, you don't damage your credibility. That's gone. And what makes this worse is there has been no acknowledgement that this even happened. If the answer is that board members weren't available, then there's a very simple way to handle that. Ask them, coordinate, be able to show the public that you tried to move quickly and responsibly. The public doesn't just care about the eventual outcome. The public cares that the process is fair. Going forward, this should be handled differently. I'm wasting my breath on that. This is where the rhetoric really starts to matter because, we've all watched what it looks like when a leader uses confusion and unilateral decisions, ignoring the rules, ignoring precedent, as a strategy instead of collaborating. I'd make a very clear comparison here to the national stage. I see a lot of similarities to Donald Trump's style. His style has often been to take action and create a lot of spectacle first and then let everyone else scramble to figure out the details later. And by the time you find out the details, we're already on to the next ridiculous thing. This isn't leadership, it's the Donald Trump playbook. Control the timeline, create
20
confusion,
seconds.
and call it transparency. So you said 10 seconds?
20.
Oh, 20. So you can have the last 10 if you want to deny it. But you're not the only person Alan Telgenhoff talks to.
Miles Franklin.
First of all, I want to just say Happy New Year for those of you who haven't seen yet this year. I just want to tell a story about a wedding. And one thing in a wedding, there's 4 characters. You have the bride, you have the groom, you have the priest or rabbi, whomever it may be officiating, and then you have the public. Now, before the wedding or it becomes final, a question is asked when the bride come in. I'm gonna let you put whatever you want, whoever you want to be the bride, the groom. But the question is asked, is there anybody that have just cause why these two should not be joined together? And this for the public. He say, speak now or forever hold their peace. Now, usually don't nobody say anything. I know I ain't talking about TikTok. And it goes on. But it's more to it, because when the groom and the bride is together, the priest asks again. But this time it's with the bride-to-be and the groom. Do you have just cause why you should not be together? Then it say for you to speak. And usually, nothing is said. I said all that to say A wedding, I'm looking at the things that's happening. And when you get married, and when a divorce happens, you know who usually gets hurt behind that? It's the children. If there are children involved, the children gets hurt. Now, in our case, we have, I don't know, about 1,500 whenever there's a separation. And I'm not pointing the finger at nobody, period. But I am saying, going forward, let's just make sure we work together. If anybody is married or have been married, you know it's gonna be ups and downs in any marriage. But you learn to work it out and make it work together. That being said, to the board and to
20 seconds.
Okay, to the board and to everyone that's present here today, I hope us going forward, it would be something that would be together and there would be no separation. Thank you, and I hope and I pray, if I can say that word, I say it anyway, that all be well.
Thank you, sir. Number 4 on the agenda, organizational meeting. So at this time, I need a motion to appoint the acting superintendent as the temporary chairperson. The temporary chairmanship will terminate with the election of the board president.
Move. Support.
Mr. Sawatsky,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Yes.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Morales.
Yes.
6 votes yes, 0 votes opposed.
Uh-huh.
At this time, we will perform the election of officers. We will move for any nominations to the board for the office of president.
I nominate Amy Morales for board president.
We have a nomination for Amy Morales for board president. Are there any other nominations be brought before the chairman for president? Any other nominations to be brought before the chairman as president, for president? Hearing none at this time, close the nominations. President.
Is there a second?
Is there a second to that nomination? So, excuse me.
Support.
So nomination was brought forward and motion brought forward by Ms. Breamsy, second by Ms. Castillo. Calling on you, Ms. Glacier, for the roll call. You accept the nomination, so excuse me. Do you accept the nomination, Ms. Morales?
I do, yes.
All right.
Mr. Sawatsky,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
I'm abstaining from voting for officers regarding this election because I do not wish to validate or lend any legitimacy to the actions of the current voting majority. And I request that my abstention and reasons being stated reflect in the official meeting record, so I abstain.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Ms. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Morales.
Yes.
We have 5 yes, one,
Abstain. One abstain.
Abstention.
okay.
Abstain.
All right. My duty as temporary chairman has now been terminated since a board president has now been selected and voted in. I turn it over to Ms. Amy Morales.
Thank you, Mr. Hogg. So next on the list here is to conduct the nomination and election of the vice president. Is there a nomination on the table for vice president?
I nominate Brentoya Breamsy.
Is there any other nomination for vice president? Is there a second to support Ms. Castillo's nomination? I will second that nomination.
Independently.
Roll call, please, Robin.
Did she accept?
Oh. Do you accept your nomination for vice president, Ms. Breamsy?
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Abstain.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Ms. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Morales.
Yes.
5 votes yes. And 1
Abstain.
abstained.
Moving on to the nomination and election of secretary. Is there a nomination on the table for board secretary?
I nominate Carmen Castillo.
Nomination has been made by Ms. Erby for Carmen Castillo. Is there a second or any other nomination for board secretary? Hearing none, is there a second to support Ms. Erby's nomination?
Support.
Ms. Castillo, do you accept that nomination of board secretary?
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Abstain.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Morales.
Yes.
5 votes yes, 1 abstained.
Next officer to be nominated is for treasurer. Is there any nominations for treasurer? I'll nominate Ms. Erby. Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, is there any support for Ms. Erby's nomination as treasurer?
Support.
Mrs. Erby, do you accept that nomination as treasurer?
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Abstain.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Morales.
Yes.
5 yes, 1 abstained.
Officers have been elected for the 2026 school year under the organizational meeting as noted and voted upon. There is one roll call. Let me take my roll call. So roll call, I am making a motion that roll call is also taken in order of elected officers from president through treasurer and following with the trustees for years of service. So roll call would start at, my motion is roll call would start at president, go to vice president, go to secretary, treasurer, followed by years of service would be Mr. Lang, member Bieski, followed by Sawatsky. Motion is on the table. Can I have a support?
Support.
A second.
Only one is needed. Before roll call is taken, Robin, any discussion on that?
May I ask what the purpose of this vote is, please?
To keep continuity. The board has always, for 20, 30 years, roll call was taken in one form. And this past fall, mid-fall, it has changed. So to keep continuity, and as board president, throwing that out there to be placed and set for continuity.
I don't understand.
Well, the motion was made for a roll call to be taken a certain way. Any other questions besides the answer was provided to Mr. Lang? Any other questions outside of that?
I don't believe that to be true. The other Robin, I can't remember what her last name was, Johnson used to mix it up every time.
She did.
She did.
She did, and that's what I mean. And at the end of fall, at the fall year, some reason there were changes made to roll call. So now I'm making a motion, officers and trustees, and to keep that continuity for all roll call.
So it was random, then it changed.
So that way, it's on the table.
It used to be random, but then it wasn't. Whatever. Very important.
Board members. Any other comments from the board? Robin, roll call?
Ms. Morales,
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
No.
Mr. Sawatsky,
No.
4 votes yes, 2 votes opposed.
Motion is passed. Roll call will be set. "2026 Board of Education meeting schedule." What you have in front of you, board members, March 23rd. Actually, we can keep March 23rd. Do you have? So by law, every school district is to hold at least one meeting in every month. So we have to add July, and I wrote 27th as the board briefing in order to hold a August 10th business meeting. So adding July 27th to that board as a board briefing. Removing November 23rd. So these are the recommended, this is the recommended meeting schedule for 2026. Calendar reflects dates of 2 monthly meetings with the exceptions of May, July, November, and December. Recommendations to keep the meeting at 6 p.m. That is the recommended action. I move to approve the 2026 board meeting schedule as presented here tonight. Is there a second?
So moved.
Any discussion or changes or meeting time that anyone has? Hearing none. Roll call.
Ms. Morales,
Yes.
Ms. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky.
Yes.
6 votes yes, 0 votes opposed.
Approval of the annual compensation for board members. I move to approve and keep the annual compensation, that it would not have to be moved up to $30 per meeting, not to exceed $600 annually. Is there a second on that motion?
Support.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Ms. Morales,
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy,
Yes.
Ms. Castillo,
Yes.
Ms. Erby,
Yes.
Mr. Lang,
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky.
Yes.
6 votes yes, 0 votes opposed.
No change to that. We have an organizational meeting consent agenda. The purpose of the consent agenda is for the approval of routine items. The items noted here fall into that category. designation of the person posting public notices of the meetings. It is recommended that a person in central office post the public meeting notices of the meetings. Appointment of recording secretary. Executive assistant for administration, HR, has served in this capacity with alternates assigned as needed. Appointment of deputy to board secretary for representation regarding elections. It is recommended that the executive assistant for administration and HR be appointed as deputy to board secretary for the purpose of representation regarding elections. Bonding of school district personnel. It is recommended that the bonding be set minimally at $10,000 for all employees, except for the superintendent and director of business and finance, who will be bonded for $1 million. Authorized check signatures. It is recommended that the authorized check signature be the superintendent of schools. Designation of depositories. It is recommended that the listed financial institutions be approved for the school district funds as noted on your papers from Huntington, PNC, Chase, Bank of America, Independent Bank, Franklin Credit Union, Capital One Public Funding, and First Security Finance. And the following financial institutions approved for investment of school district funds: Huntington, PNC Bank, Chase, Bank of America, Independent Bank, and Franklin Credit Union. Annual approval of order of business meetings. Administration recommends using the same format that was used for the 2025 Board of Education meetings. Action. Recommended action is to approve the organizational meeting consent agenda.
So moved. You didn't make a motion, right?
Is there a second to Carmen's motion?
I'll second.
Lucy, okay. Roll call?
Ms. Morales?
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy?
Yes.
Ms. Castillo?
Yes.
Ms. Erby?
Yes.
Mr. Lang?
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky?
Yes.
6 votes for yes, 0 votes opposed.
Appointment of our auditor. Administration would like to continue retaining the services of Yo and Yo. Recommended action. I move to approve Yo and Yo as the district auditor. Is there a second?
Support.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Morales?
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy?
Yes.
Ms. Castillo?
Yes.
Ms. Erby?
Yes.
Mr. Lang?
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky?
Yes.
6 votes yes, 0 votes opposed.
Organizational meeting is complete. If anyone has any questions in regards to that, we have met the Michigan guidelines and rules for a school board organization. Item number 5, any agenda adjustments? consent agenda is accepted as presented. Number 6. The consent agenda at this time. December 2025 check register, the December 2025 board report, December 8th business meeting and expulsion hearing minutes, December 30th, 2025 special meeting and expulsion hearing minutes, and the personnel report. Recommended action is moved to approve the consent agenda as presented in your board packet.
Support.
Is there a second to that?
I'll second. Lucy.
Any discussion on your board packet? Hearing none, roll call?
Ms. Morales?
Yes.
Mrs. Breamsy?
Yes.
Ms. Castillo?
Yes.
Ms. Erby?
Yes.
Mr. Lang?
Yes.
Mr. Sawatsky?
Yes.
6 votes yes, 0 votes opposed.
Our meeting for tonight, January 12th, is adjourned.